Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Love Is Podcast. I'm excited to welcome the host of the Love Is Podcast, Kim Sorrelle. Kim, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great, Neil. I hope you are too. I am so excited about our guest today, Jesse Hutch. You're one of the best looking men I've ever seen, I got to say, Jesse, and you take the best pictures. So whatever photographer you're using, often use them again and again and again. Have him do your family photos, your Christmas photos. He's great. You look great. So
Thank you. Thank you, Kim.
I'm so excited about, I love the Christmas movies you've done. You have a new one that's coming out, A Christmas Blessing. You're an actor and writer, by the way, in case you didn't know that. And so you've got this coming out on Great American Pure Flix, Great American Christmas Movies. I love those. I eat those up. I watch them in July. I'm so happy that you're here, Jesse. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me, both of you.
Yeah, no problem. So A Christmas Blessing, what a great story. What was it like to film?
I mean, when you're making films like that, it's a fantastic experience because you're literally finding ways to make people happy. So that's just a great place to be, right? So every day, all day on set, all of us are collaborating and we're doing our best to bring something that we feel is going to touch people's hearts. So it's almost like you're just trying to kind of give people a hug or a smile or an encouragement. And that's what I believe this movie is. And I believe that it will touch people in that way. I guarantee you that anybody who gives this film a chance will smile or laugh or chuckle or cry or all of those things all at the same time.
Is it important, you think, that have the cast get along to what the theme of the movie is in a lot of ways, to be able to kind of show that so that you don't have to really act in a lot of ways based on how you feel about this story?
That can help. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, you're always going to move down the ladder if you have to, right? I mean, hey, if we don't get along that great, okay, well, we're still professionals. Okay, if we're not really being professional, well, you're still hired to do a job. It's like there's always a backup. But to be honest, I mean, it's very rare that I run into somebody that I'm like, man, this is so hard. Most people in general have kindness, and especially on this film. I mean, working with Laurie and James was phenomenal. They're both fantastic people. I mean, they treat everybody with kindness. They want to talk about the characters. They're professional. They know their stuff, and so that allows us to show up and play the game. I mean, it's just like any sport, right? Football, baseball, whatever. Pick your sport. Bowling. I don't care. Everybody shows up. If you know the rules and you know where you play and where those boundaries are, then you just play hard and you go to town. And that's what we do when we make movies.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, and I love it that Christian films have come so far. And we talk about that a lot, Neil and I, how far they've come. And it's so fantastic to see that the quality is just as good or better than any other film out there. And they're fun to watch. And I'm curious, so you've done so many different things. Is it different in a Christian film than in something that's not just Jesus based?
Yeah, I think so. Because like I said, if you have to go, and I'm using a ladder as a metaphor. I love metaphors. So if you have to go down the ladder, when you're with people that you align with in faith, I mean, let's just be honest, you eventually reach a point where that becomes the bottom of the ladder, and that's the strongest point that's going to hold everything up. And so what is at the bottom, right? Is it prayer? Is it support of one another? Is it like really seeing when someone's having a rough day and you go up to them? And there's just something about it that's different. I mean, I'm one of the cast members now on Homestead. It's a new series for Angel Studios. It's their second studio or series ever. And so a lot of us are, and not everybody, it's not a requirement. It's not like, hey, you have to have faith in ABC or you're not on the movie. No, it's just like people were just attracted and really want to make these projects, right? And it's the same with Great American Family. I mean, I have conversations with Candace and like, what are you doing? I'm like, that's awesome. I love your heart behind it. Like, let me know how I can help. Like, you're attracted to people that want to help people. And if faith is behind that, then let's talk about that, right? So whatever your faith is, live it. I mean, and that takes a lifetime. I'll be the first out of the gate to say I don't have it perfectly. If I claim to be you know, born again Christian, or you want to put me under a religious umbrella or stick me in a religious box, I will do my best to give you answers on what I believe. And I'm also learning and growing, but it is how I operate my life. It's how I view my marriage and my finances and my wife and my kids and my work and everything. It's a base. You got to have something to put your ladder on, or else what are you building?
Do you see that opportunity to speak about it on set with some people that might not have a faith that are working with you, either on Christian films or non-Christian films? To have those conversations.
I was having this conversation with someone earlier. It's absolutely like, they were like, somebody's asking me about Christian movies or projects or something. And I said, the goal shouldn't be to make Christian movies. The goal should be to believe your faith as a human being and then go live that out. And that will come into your work. It will come into your workspace. It will come into your integrity. It will come out in your writing. It'll come out in your acting. Whatever you do, your faith will come out of it. And that will, in and of itself, generate projects that then have that same faith in it. And so don't try to go make that. Just live it and do that every day and keep on doing it. And if enough people kind of get together, you'll probably make a product that has your heart in it, because you put your heart into the things that you love, right? You put your heart into your family, you put your heart into a movie, and there's different ways that love comes across. But ultimately, love is something that you got to give to others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's certainly what it comes down to. Love is the big one, for sure. Mm-hmm. And so this movie is going to touch people. I will laugh and cry again when I see it again and again and again. And so it's got such a great story. But you've written a Christmas comedy, right? That you're going to film in Nashville, I think. And Can you give us a snippet or something about it?
Yeah, it's how'd you even know that?
I'm
good researcher.
How do you know this stuff?
No, I admit it.
So yes. So we're about to go into pre-production on a Christmas comedy that I wrote. I'll be starring in it and probably going to direct it. And I just love comedy, and I kind of love the 90s movies, and I love the early 2000s of these movies that were like romantic comedies where you just got to know people. And so I'm really hoping to bring some of that out onto the screen. And I think it's kind of a blend of Elf meets some of these old Hugh Grant movies, The Notebook, but it's fun. It's going to be fun. Like, people I hope are just going to have a good time.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine Elf meeting The Notebook, but if you say it's true, then it must be. Just
there's just aspects of it. It's like I want people to like laugh when they're supposed to laugh, cry when they're supposed to cry, but ultimately I just wanted something, like, I'll be quoting other movies. My character quotes fun and funny moments from other songs and movies and everything. And so this is an opportunity for everyone involved to just really bring comedy to life.
So Jesse, what is your hope for A Christmas Blessing? What do you want the viewers to get out of it that watches?
I think just let yourself go along for the ride. Do your best to not have any preconceived notions. Just grab your popcorn and your blanket or your hot chocolate or your family or whatever it is you need, and just say, all right, I'm going to set this time aside to be taken on a journey. And I believe that these characters will share what they're going to share, and you will take away from it, I think, what you're supposed to take away from it.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
Well, it makes a little bit more sense than Elf with The Notebook, but it does make sense. So that's okay. So yeah, your spirit just comes through, and what you've been talking about, I just believe that that's so true. Just be who you are, and let your life do the talking, right? Let your actions and your life do the talking. And here you're a husband and a dad, and is it nice that you're making movies that your kids can watch?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And it's been fun to kind of share that with them. Like, hey, I'm working on the script. I wrote this. What do you guys think of that? And I'd love to bring them in more as they get older as well, to just if it's something they're interested in.
Huge to bring them into what you do, what your work is, to give them the,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't get that opportunity at all. So if you can, do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I try to work around my kids all the time in ways of work so they can understand this is how what dad does, this is how he operates and runs. And I think it's important because a lot of people don't get to see their parents at work. For sure.
Absolutely. And I've been pretty blessed so far in my career that generally they come with me. Not all the time, but most of the time, you know, they're coming out, they're visiting, they're saying hi. It's not like dad should just be some distant human being and we have no idea what he does over there, and then he's home and that's who he is. And that's an ever growing thing in our family, where it's like, where's dad going now? Okay, well, can we bring everybody? Can you come? Because it doesn't always work out, but that is our aim, is to do it together.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. What a gift for your kids to be able to do that together, to be able to go on set and see what it is you do. And that's just got to be awesome for them. And so the series that's coming out, it's first it's going to be in theater. The first couple episodes are going to be in theaters.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes are a theatrical release, and then we have to wait till winter's done, and then we'll go back and finish filming the other 6 episodes. So I did shave the beard off because, you know, I got some comedy movies to make, but I'll need enough time to grow it back for that, because my character in that is I play an ex-Green Beret who's hired as part of the security team to protect the 300-acre homestead that the whole series kind of takes place around. And I think it's going to be a pretty wild project. I mean, it's a wild time for something like this, where people have to sort of think about what it would be like to take care of yourself, your family, your loved ones. Who do you trust? Who do you not trust? Who do you let in? Who do you kick out? Do you even have that right? You know, all these things that I think are real, that people think of even now, that we probably all felt in the last couple of years.
Fantastic. Again, it's available on Great American Pure Flix starting tomorrow, November 16th. Appreciate it, Jesse. Thanks again for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me, both of you.
All right. That was the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Love Is podcast, guys. Take care.